Hola amigos, Stuart here with another video today, coming to you from Spain's biggest city, Spain's capital city, Madrid. And this is a city that has some fantastic neighborhoods. It's also a city that has some terrible neighborhoods, but the one that I have behind me here, La Guindalera, in my opinion, is one of the better neighborhoods in this city. So today we're going to explore La Guindalera and see why it is, in my opinion, one of the best. Let's go. Now you might be wondering exactly where this neighborhood is located in Madrid. Well, it's in the center of the city in a district called Salamanca. Some people might know that name, Barrio Salamanca, one of the most prestigious neighborhoods here in Madrid. Well, La Guindalera belongs to the same district, but it's not as posh as Barrio Salamanca, I don't think. And one of the reasons I like this neighborhood is because it's a quiet neighborhood. It's not full of tourists, and it has plenty of services, which is very, very important. And I'm going to speak about some of those services a little bit later on in the video. And this is also a neighborhood that is close to everything. You can get to everything in Madrid very easily from here. You've got fantastic public transport, which I'll speak about also a little bit later. You can get to many places on foot. That is also a positive. And it's one of these neighborhoods where you feel Madrid in its everyday life. People walking their dogs, neighbors chatting, older residents doing their shopping. It's calm, but it's not boring. Now, unlike the center of Madrid, which is full of short-term rentals, this neighborhood feels genuinely lived in. You'll see young families here, you'll see older residents that have been living in the neighborhood for decades, long-term foreign residents you'll also see, but you won't see many tourists. Yes, there are hotels surrounding this area, but tourists rarely venture into these streets, or at least you don't see many. You'll still find lots of traditional businesses in this neighborhood, like fruit shops, for example. You'll still find traditional bars and restaurants like the one that I have behind me. And when you get off the main streets, like the one that I have here to my right, things start to get very, very quiet, very, very peaceful, and that is something that I absolutely love. And this is what I'm talking about. Just off the main street, which is only 50 or 60 meters away, everything becomes so quiet. Hardly a person walking the streets. And it's around 2:30 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. And I'm going to tell you the rest of the city is very, very busy. But here, as you can see, not the case. And there's a really positive vibe going on in this neighborhood as well. Locals are friendly. And I reckon if you lived in this neighborhood, it wouldn't take long for the locals to get to know you. And when you start visiting the shops over and over again, people will start calling you by your first name. And I know that is the case because I had a friend who was living in this neighborhood for a couple of years, and people know who he is. So even though we are in the biggest city here in Spain, there's still a strong community feeling in neighborhoods like this one. Now, another pro that this neighborhood has, especially when it comes to traffic, is that a lot of the streets here are for residential use only. Only residents can drive into some of the streets here. Some of the streets are also pedestrianized. There are places where kids can play, and there are places where you can sit outside, have a drink, have a chat with your friends without worrying about traffic. And in a city like Madrid, that's important. When it comes to restaurants, there is an abundance of good restaurants in this neighborhood. Not fancy restaurants, but take a look on Google Maps and you will see that there are lots of restaurants that have very, very high ratings, like the one that I have here in front of me to my left. And that's what I was saying before. You can come to a restaurant, you can come to a bar, sit outside at one of these terraced areas and not have to worry about a lot of traffic, a lot of pollution, which is a pro. We've got barber shops, we've also got bakeries, and this bakery is very, very good, believe me. And again, look how quiet these streets are. And as I said before, you wouldn't know that you were in the center of Madrid. And there's also international restaurants here as well, and Indian. There are also fantastic markets in this neighborhood where you can buy some of the fantastic produce that is on offer. Not the fancy, trendy markets that you're going to find in the center of Madrid where you pay tourist prices, but real, authentic Spanish markets still. And that is yet another pro. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, one of the biggest pros for me are the transport options in this neighborhood. Fantastically well connected to other parts of Madrid. Metro lines, there is an abundance of metro lines. You've got bus routes as well. Basically, you can get to every part of the city easily by metro, by bus, or, as I said before, on foot. Now, when it comes to architecture, La Guindalera isn't glamorous like Recoletos or Serrano, some of the more prestigious neighborhoods here in Madrid, and it's not cutting-edge modern. Instead, it's a bit of a mix: early 20th century homes, mid-century apartment blocks, and some newer buildings. It might not be the prettiest neighborhood in Madrid, but it has character, and it has that I could live here feeling, if that makes sense. And this is a neighborhood that would be right at the top of my list if I were to move back to Spain's capital, that's for sure. Now, this is one of the most interesting areas in the neighborhood, known as the Colonia Madrid Moderno, a collection of colorful, quirky, early 20th century houses with Belgian and French architectural influences. And you won't see houses like the ones that I have behind me here anywhere in the city of Madrid, or at least I haven't seen anything like the houses here. Amazing. Now, when it comes to parks and public spaces, there are plenty of little parks like this one that I'm in here now, a little urban park with seats. You can come here, sit down. That's what locals would be doing in the warmer months of the year, chatting away, talking about the goings-on here in Madrid in a space like this one here. And there's also bigger parks too. So now to the question of who is this neighborhood for? Well, it's definitely for people who want an authentic Madrid experience, good public transport options, and also access to roads that will take you to places like the airport very easily, as we can see behind me here. Access to good parks too, and real everyday Spanish life. So if you're moving to Madrid or visiting the city and staying for a while, this neighborhood could be perfect for you if you want to avoid the chaos that this city can have. But what about some of the downsides of this neighborhood, I hear you asking? Well, there's not a lot of landmarks in this part of the city. You're not going to be taking a lot of photos of historical sites. A lot of the buildings are obviously older than in some of the newer parts of Madrid, and some of the apartments can be smaller too. And if you want nightlife, this is not the area for you. And also, the price of accommodation has gone up quite a lot in this neighborhood in recent years. For example, an apartment in the block that I have behind me here, a 2-bedroom apartment, for example, averages around 1,450 euros a month nowadays. So it's not cheap anymore to live here, but the quality of life in this neighborhood, I reckon, could be worth it. So, time for my final thoughts on this neighborhood, La Guindalera. So, having explored so many parts of this city, Madrid, over the years, this neighborhood that I have to my right still stands out. It's friendly, it's practical, it's authentic, and it feels like a neighborhood that grows on you the more time you spend here. So that's about it. And if you have enjoyed this video about a Madrid neighborhood, let me know if you want to see more, and I'll get out and about and record them. Other questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video when I record it. Until the next one, hasta luego from La Guindalera.